Right on. So today, got myself a haircut because I didn't want to look bad on camera. We're going to go through, totally not relevant to what we're doing today. We're going to go through how to set up the Facebook ad that I'm planning to use to build my Dreamcar list. Basically what I'm doing is I'm going straight from, instead of doing an opt-in and a funnel and all those fun things, even though we are trying to promote Clickfunnels, I'm actually taking people straight from Facebook to the group, which seems counterproductive because you'd want to capture what in the group is when I'm going to present them. Here's the share funnel, and then here's how to use it, because I don't want to confuse people. So I'm very ready to accept that. I might have, if I get 500 people in the group, I might have 100 affiliates from that. I'm totally accepting of that. Hopefully, try to get more and more of them on, or just keep growing the group to however big you need to get the amount of affiliates we want. Ideally, the goal is 200. If we get 200, that's going to be pretty epic. Anyway, I'm going to walk you through the funnel that we're going to use. All right. Instead of going through the entire thing, building it for you, which is the original plan, I'm actually going to just show you what I built because my internet issues were making this way too long, and I don't want to make this video horrendously long for you. So within, it's in review now. You should be able to see that. This is the ad. I've tried a bunch of different ads for this campaign, this ad account, I should say. But this particular one, we called it traffic, and the campaign, if you go edit, so when you build out a campaign, you have to choose your, you can't change it now, you have to choose your goal, and I always choose traffic for this. The reason you can't choose conversion, which is almost what you'd want to choose anytime you're sending an ad anywhere else, is because Facebook doesn't let you, well, for one, you can't put a pixel there, which is what what Facebook wants to see, because then it can track it. It can track what people are doing on that website. But when you're sending it to a Facebook group, that's not necessary. So we chose traffic, and I chose, for this one, this is a bit aggressive, but I chose $50 a day. For most of you out there that are trying to do this, you probably don't even need to do this. Because last time I ran one of these, it cost me $1 to get a member in the group. So if this stands, this is in review, if this stands, I should be getting about 40 to 50 members a day, which is a lot. But I can onboard that many, so it's not a big deal. So I set $50, which is insane. Like, if I get 40, let's say I get 40, let's say it doesn't do that well. If I get 40 people to join, if I get 5 people to actually stay on as a Clickfunnels affiliate, which is the goal of this video, or the goal of this campaign anyway, if I get 5 people to go on there, that's $250. Well, that's almost a 5, actually more than a 5 times return, about a 5 times return, which is insane. So, yeah, this is crazy. That's why I love sending traffic this way. So let's get out of here. What do we got here now? All right, there you go. So that's the campaign level. Traffic I set to, I should have named it something better. I should have called this like SMT group traffic 1, because it's the first time I'm trying this specific type of campaign. I've tried conversions, this was for something else. So for the actual ad sets, I'll show you what I did here. See, this is what I did name this one. So we are sending it to a website. And the ad, see, they used to put the ad spend limits in the actual ad set, but it is now on the campaign level. So if you run multiple ad sets for one campaign, which you can do, I don't like doing that usually. I'd just rather run it and see how good it is. If you do it, the campaign will optimize the one it thinks is performing the best. So I guess that's fair, but really you're better off just to make multiple campaigns, and then if you like certain ones better, you can put more money towards them. I just like running one at a time. I don't run, if you're running like $1,000 a day campaigns, which to me is crazy, that makes more sense. That you have room to play test with things, and then you can see what's performing better. So for this, we just went US and Canada. I could have put UK, I could have put Australia, I could have put New Zealand. I could have put a couple other countries and just said English speaking, but for now we're just going to stick to these. Probably because the audience size is actually ideal. We have 180,000 people, and $50 a day is about right. Realistically, we could even go $100 a day at that size of a range. People are doing like 2, 3, 4 million people audiences with $40 a day. Like, it just doesn't, you want people to see your ad more often. So, which was something that was completely wrong in my mind. I was like, I don't want people to see my ad multiple times. And my friend who had been doing it longer than me, successfully, mind you, said, yeah, Steve, you do. So that was something I learned. That's why you want a high budget per audience, relatively speaking, because this will reach about 9,000 people a day, 3189 link clicks. So I'm hoping, yeah, that's insane. I'm hoping at least 40 group members a day, and then I can onboard that, and then convince or get 10 of them to stay on as Clickfunnels affiliates. Perfect world, they get all of them, but that's not realistic. A lot of people sign on that just aren't into it. So we went with I went with 27 to 40, and I messed with these numbers until I got that number down. Originally, this was around like 500,000. So I figured there's not going to be too many music teachers. That's who we're going after. By the way, I didn't say that off the top. We're going after music teachers, which is why the interests are what they are here. Piano, violin, guitar. I could have added drums. I could have added vocalists, but basically, a friend of mine who did digital marketing. This is the same one who told me about the budgets. He is a guitar teacher himself. This is why I think this works really well. I'm basically going after music teachers. I'm going to say, hey, here's a funnel to get more students. And then during COVID, I'm tying this into, I'll teach you how to get virtual students too, like how to set up Zoom and all that fun stuff. They're really easy to do. Basically, you can use Facebook ads now to run a schedule to fill up your entire teaching schedule. And the great thing about that is for music teachers, it's not like a lot of businesses where you got to keep running ads to keep getting more customers. Once you fill up your schedule and you got people that are willing to commit to a lesson a week, and you'll have drop-offs, obviously, but for the most part, you run ads once, and then you're good for quite a long time. So the benefit is huge. So it's an easy one to send them a share funnel, make them an affiliate, and then just show them how it works, and it should be pretty straightforward from there on in. And the first thing you got to do, too, is if you're getting people to sign up as an affiliate, almost every time, they're not going to need the full $300 a month ClickFunnels campaign. So be sure to show them how to switch that down, because if they get charged $300 the first 2 weeks, yeah, you make your $120 or whatever it is, but they'll feel like they're screwed and they'll quit. Especially if you don't tell them ahead of time. So the first thing I do in one of my videos that onboards people is like, okay, here's what you get signed on automatically. Here's how to switch it to the one that's a third of the price. So that's definitely something you do for your affiliates. Just make some things better. So I went with these 3 things, and then I narrowed it so they also have to be interested in music education. So more than likely, I'm targeting to students. When I went to, you can add piano teacher, violin teacher as job titles. The audience gets way too small though, so it was like 1,800 people when I did that, so we're not going to play that. But if you put these interests and then music education, more than likely, we're going to get some people who maybe even never have taught before, but they've considered teaching, and now we've given them a reason to try. So, which is pretty cool. I always uncheck this. I think most people understand that now who have tried Facebook ads. This just makes the audience way too big, and we don't want to do that. So I went manual placements. Basically, some people let the ad go wherever it wants. I just want it in the newsfeed. And technically, if you leave it all there, Facebook will throw it around a couple places and just see where it's best, but I just want it to show up on the newsfeed. So I just unticked everything else. And because we're doing a Facebook group, I explicitly took off Instagram because it might show it to a lot of people on Instagram who don't actually have a Facebook account or never go on Facebook, right? So the only value to the Facebook group is really people that go on Facebook regularly. Bear that in mind. And it doesn't like when you remove network placements, but trust me, that's fine. We're optimizing for link clicks. I think that's pretty straightforward. So this is how we're estimating 31 to 91 link clicks a day. I'm hoping for 40 to 50. If I get 80 joins a day, that's insane. I don't think I will, but that'd be insane. Anyway, that is the, what do you call it? That is the campaign. What's cool is that once you get 100 affiliates, this is where you can sort of scale high if you wanted to. Once you get 100 affiliates, you can make a lookalike audience of that. and then just go ham on a lookalike audience for those 100 people. And Facebook will be able to find you some people interested in what you're offering. But bear in mind, to make that work, you can't really change the offer because it's assuming that people who got in on this offer will work, so don't change that. You close this, no changes, and then if you look at the actual ad, I'll show you what we did. So when you're trying to send people to a Facebook group, there's two ways you can do this, because if you run a normal ad, so normally when you get to an ad, you see where it says create ad. That's what you do most times. You'd write out your copy, you send the link, and then you do your stuff. So this is what's you'd have your copy, you'd write it there, you send the link, and have your call to action, like learn more, do whatever, add an image or video. What I did, I found, and this is where I had success with my last group, where it was costing me like less, it was costing me around $1.10, whatever it was, to get people to join. You create a group on the page you use. So in this case, we're using myself, Smart Music Marketing. I want to just call it Smart Marketing, but anyway, Smart Music Marketing, and then the group is called Smart Music Teachers, so it makes sense. I wrote a post on that group, and that's the one you see here. And it's, well, let me show it. It's pretty long, actually. Maybe if I go here, I can show you what the whole thing is. So I made the group here, which you can do through the business manager of Facebook. And this is where, I should have said this off top. You go business.facebook.com. That's where you get into the ads platform. And maybe I'll make a separate video on how to set that up. I feel like there's better people who have done videos on that, because once you've already set it up, it's hard to show you what things look like to set it up again. So you almost need someone who's setting it up brand new for someone else. But again, there's better videos on that than mine. But basically, you create a post talking about, and this is the copy. It's, hey, music teachers, we're living in yada yada. You can pause this and read this whole thing. It basically said, what's the template? And it's a done for you website thing, which is our share funnel. That's what we're talking about. And I created a free Facebook group where not only I give you the template in the group, but I have videos posted on how to make changes and utilize this template to get yourself both in-person and virtual distancing lessons. So that's what I'm trying to say. This will work for either people that are like where places are already opening up, like right here. I don't know if anyone's actually going to do any in-person lessons, but I also want to just make sure I put that in there where virtual distancing lessons, so Skype, Zoom, all that as well. And the amazing part of this is they can be given from anywhere, so your student base can be far more than your local area. And that is a big benefit too when you can do Skype lessons or Zoom lessons. You can live in a small town and still teach people in New York or wherever, right? It's pretty cool. Plus, your time zones, if you wanted to teach at 7 a.m., you can probably find someone who that's their 9 or 10 a.m. and are willing to get on there. So you can certainly take advantage of that. And then you put the link in there, and when you put that link in the actual copy, that's what will get the actual group, I don't know what you call this, but pop-up to show up. And that seems to do really well, especially if you're a music teacher and you go see this in your newsfeed, you're going, oh, what's this? And you get them to read the whole thing. And again, the whole point of this is it is a free group. I'm not charging people to be in the group. I'm going to prescribe Clickfunnels as the solution and be an affiliate for it there. That is the only way we make money here. And that's the only way you want to make money. Because they feel like, here's the software I use, and then you disclose, by the way, I am an affiliate for this. And get them success, and they'll stay on. It's pretty simple. I might do whole videos on what you should be saying here, but there's some softwares too that generate you out generalized things, but I kind of know this world pretty well, so I'm pretty comfortable with what's right here. And then if you look at the ad, you just use existing post. You use existing post, it's easy. Once you do the post, you'll go select post, and then once it'll try to select it from the page that you used. Sorry. Don't worry, I don't have COVID. As far as I know, I don't. Use a pixel. It's kind of pointless to use a pixel to me, but it wants it anyway. I'll talk about pixel setup maybe another time. When you're not sending to off Facebook, I think the pixel is useless. But it wants you to choose one when you start the event. So even if you're choosing traffic. And then that is it. Yeah, I believe I covered everything there. So I've set this. I just set this like less than an hour ago, so the whole thing's in review. So tomorrow I'll come back and see how well this did. I'll give a report in for how many people want to join the group. I'll make sure to even get that. But right on. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, subscribe. Smash like button. Apparently I'm supposed to say destroy the like button, which I think is weird because it's pixels that you just need to click. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Take care.